Hi, everybody. I wanted to go over an extra credit assignment that I have for this class. And yes, it's extra credit in terms of some points. However, I do want to kind of emphasize that you will also just gain an additional experience by doing this assignment throughout the semester. So I hope you'll consider it as part of your practice for this course as a way for you to grow even more. And so this is called the Integration Resolution Art Journal Assignment Description. This is the description I'm going over right now, but it's the Integration Resolution Art Journal. And the points for this can be added on to your overall score as long as all of the other assignments have been submitted for the semester. So this assignment cannot replace points for another assignment on that. Okay, so I draw this from a really cool piece of research that I will give you the PDF for by Ancori and Hammer, where they used art journaling with pre-service teachers. And so the rationale behind this is that when you are reflective, or they use the word contemplative, using visual journaling. So that's using images and text in some way to reflect upon your learning. It really taps into a more implicit consciousness aspect that maybe, underlying there that wouldn't get tapped into if you were just talking or writing text. So engaging in this activity may really bring the whole experience into a more intimate and personal encounter for your current and future teaching practice. So at the end of each week, you will be prompted to integrate what you have learned into your practice and to make a resolution that of that week's essential questions. So I want to show you what I'm talking about here. So I'm going to jump into our course and show you with week 2 what that looks like. Let me stop sharing for a second here and then share that page. Okay, so if you look at week 2 and you scroll down to the bottom, so I've explained in my overview for the course the 4 parts of the framework of our learning that we use each week. So we start off with a triggering event. This is like background knowledge, tapping into our pre-thinking, our ideas, our background experiences. And each week in the triggering event, I pose some essential questions that really help drive our learning for that week. And then we engage in the exploration portion of the week. And this is where I give you resources to read or view or consider. And then every week closes out with integration and resolution. And this is where your art journal can come into play. So in the integration portion, you are thinking about the implications for what you've learned. You're reflecting on their meaning, and you're thinking about how can I apply what I learned or integrate it into my practice. Okay. And then for the resolution, we're kind of summarizing our learning and kind of validating our understanding. And the way we do this is by returning back to those essential questions for the week, right? Here. And revisiting what we wrote at the beginning of the week and now adding to it, or like, oh, now that I've engaged with these resources, here's what I think on that. So that's what this is focused on. So let me get back to sharing our assignment description then. It's always fun to find on here where that's at. I don't know. Doesn't seem to be coming up. Hold on just a minute. Okay, there it is. No, that's not it. There it is. Okay, we're back now. Okay, so at the end of each week, you're prompted to do this integration and resolution portion of that week's learning. And that's what your journal will be focused on. So here are the steps to completing the assignment. You need to decide on whether you're going to have a physical or a digital format for your art journal. You can do this all digitally because it's words and images, right? So you can type words and you can insert images. You can create images and take a photo of them and insert them, or you can insert images that you find online and all those kinds of things. You're not going to be publishing this in any way. So I don't think you really need to worry about copyright or stuff like that, because it's just for your own reflection purposes. So I give you here just some things to consider if you're going to do a physical or digital journal. So I'll let you read those. The one thing I will point out here is the note I made. If you are going to use paint, whether it's like acrylic paint or watercolor paint or something like that in a physical journal, you might consider purchasing one of those pre-made journals from like an art store or like Michael's or something like that, that is either mixed media or watercolor made paper. So it'll really handle that paint a little bit more. Okay, then at the beginning of each week, you write down the essential question or questions for that week and respond before you engage with exploring that week's resources. It's important to do this pre-thinking because it really starts activating the cognitive processes that are going to be used as you engage throughout the week. And then you engage with the resources, and at the end of the week, create a response that includes writing and images to the integration and resolution prompts. Okay, like I just showed you. The images can be in any media process, such as drawing, painting, or collaging. And then they could be digital, right? Inserted. And then you just do that each week. Okay, so you're just each week you are curating your thinking in this art journal. At the end of the semester, you'll write a reflection, and it can be any length that you need. There's no requirement. But these are the questions to address in your reflection. So what did you gain from art journaling that was different from just journaling through writing alone? So what is why might this type of meaning making be important for teachers and students? And then the now what is how might you use art journaling in your future practice as a teacher? And then you just submit your art journal at the end of the semester when it's listed on the course calendar. Here is a direct link to that article, the research article. And also here's how the assignment is graded. 7 points are assigned to their responses to each week's integration and resolution prompts. Words and images are included in the journal, are 7 points, and then the reflection is 6 points. At the end, I just give you some general resources for art journaling in general. This is something that people just do outside of the educational world. And so I want to emphasize that some of these links and other things you might find if you're searching for art journaling, you may come across very professional looking art. And I want you to know that that is not the expectation with this. My expectation is that you're just using your own processes to think differently and curate your learning and thinking across the semester with images and with text. So just wanted to emphasize that. All right, that is an overview of our extra credit art journaling assignment. Let me know if you have any questions.